GM. Well, we have another special. It's so funny to go from a room where there was music to where there's not. It's like, what happened? But we have a special edition community call today. We've been kind of on a holiday break, end of year, like slow periods, so the working groups haven't been going hard. So we're gonna have infinite praise. You can praise as long as you want, no timer. And actually, is anyone recording this? I don't see Zep here.
I am recording.
Thank you, Wonka. And so we'll have infinite praise. You can praise as long as you want. And also we'll have like a goodbye 2021, GM 2022, favorite TEC moment of 2021, and predictions for 2022. Okay, so I'll start with praise. I want to praise Acid Laser for taking on the beautification of all things TEC, especially the voters pamphlet. It's a huge undertaking, and you never stop. You never stop. Thank you so much, Acid Laser. I also want to praise Chewy and Anna Marie for meeting in person. How cool is that? It's always nice when people get to meet together in the TEC. We're so remote. I remember meeting MS in Wyoming, you know, and just seeing everyone in Paris. And I love those moments. So anytime I hear people are taking the time to do it, major praise. I want to praise Olivia for all her hard work, getting the community going and being ahead of the schedule, ahead of the game, and also all the work that she's doing with governance, taking on a lot this the last couple sprints. So that's super cool. I want to praise Tam, of course, for incredible leadership and taking ownership when I'm busy and doing all this give it stuff. I know that the community is safe in Tam's hands, and she's going to make sure everything gets done. And to have that kind of confidence in someone is like irreplaceable. I also want to praise Christopher, MS, and Nuggin, and Nebs, and Rudolph, and let's see, Mitch, Livia, Vi, and everyone else who's doing the rewards system research work. I think that's going to be so incredible for 2022. It's going to be a huge thing that Giveth hopes to use, that TC will be using, and I think a lot of projects will try to adapt it for their own purposes. So I'm super bullish on the reward system work that's going on there, especially the RAD dashboard. And praise Vi for the incredible work getting our Discord is so Vi, and of course the Communitas working group, Edu, and the whole crew. It's just like our Discord onboarding experience is so cool and so rad. And Vi came over to Giveth to help apply it there too, and it's just like it's such a sweet experience. So major praise to Vi. Wonka, I can't give you enough praise for what you've done with Gravity this year. Making conflict management and transformation something that's like in the meme space and the headspace of the DAO ecosystem. It's super cool. I also want to praise Nate for just the tireless work behind the scenes, never taking credit for all the work that he's doing. And I don't know how you find the time. You also have a life with a wife and managing a bar and doing all these other things, man. I don't know how you do it all, and yet come with such sage advice all the time as well. And I want to praise Ivy and Mount Manu for taking the time to take down all of these praises and write them in so that they turn into real praise data. That's heroes work for sure. Yeah, and I'll leave it at that, and I'll pass it to Bianca.
Thank you. I want to praise for TC for having this great community, and I want to praise for praise because it's so cool to see how everything is going, and to see what people are doing. When sometimes I don't know what's going on, and it's nice to see everyone praising for things that's getting done. I want to praise for Huanka for his help on introducing psychology and gravity, and for his support with everything. I want to praise for gravity itself and like everyone that's there, and it's making it work because it's so cool, and I'm sure it's gonna be great next year. I'm very excited about it. And I want to praise for Christmas that was last week, and for being with my family after 2 years away for Christmas. It was very cool. And yeah, thank you. I'm gonna pass to Acid Laser.
Thank you. So I'm gonna praise Griff, Lauren, Mateo, and anyone who's involved in Give It. It is amazing, and I really love all the branding and the website experience. It's really awesome. Praise Chuy, Maumanu, Zero, Juanca for their contributions and comms. Praise Septi, Nate, and Tam for always be everywhere and giving great feedback and opinions. Praise Tam, Griff, Chuy, Lauren, Nate, Juanca, Septi, Mitch, and Baines for the pamphlet working session these days. And praise to Chuy, Ivy, Juanca, Septi, and Nate, and everyone who fucked me when I come into TC, and I'm very grateful for that, and thank you for letting me be part of this awesome community. And I'll pass it to Chuy.
Thanks, Acid Laser. Let's see. I don't think we can praise the Giveth team enough. Griff, Lauren, Mitch, Mateo, Willie, like everyone has been doing like an amazing job, and it's just it was very, very inspiring to see the success of this launch. And I feel it really, really brings up the mood of the community. Like it was really, really inspiring. So triple praise all of you for that. I want to praise all of the team's contributors. Acid Laser, Alan TV, John Jonas, Zero, Lalo Crypto, Anatech, Angie Very Very, Casale, Nate, Manu, Durgaras, all of you for being close, and things are gonna get very, very exciting pretty soon. So I can't wait to just like start the year with everything that we have to do. And I'd also like to praise the reward system team, because I also feel that they're doing a lot of inspiring work. So Christopher, Libby, Mateo, Nate, Juanca, everyone that has been coming to these working groups calls. It's so praise all of you. And what else? I think that's it. I'll probably think of somebody something else. Oh, and praise Anna Marie also for having a great sushi yesterday together. I hope you keep enjoying Mexico, and yeah, I'm looking forward to having more people visiting. I'm grateful for that. I'll pass it to MS.
Thanks, Julie. Can you hear me okay? I changed my audio. Cool. So I want to praise Tam for always being authentic and insightful. Edu for always being a wealth of knowledge. Gideon for always being available for calls and collectively brainstorming regularly with me. Jean and Mount Manu for being on the last brainstorming session we did around member onboarding. Learned a whole bunch on that call. Durgadas for willing to hop into brainstorming sessions together kind of out of the blue without much context, so I appreciate that. The Giveth crew, I know that's been brought up a few times, but for just being such an energizing light, everything that's been going on and just all the cool stuff being built. Mitch and Christopher for being super proactive and responsive in the rewards channel. Everyone else that's been participating in the rewards work, it's been super, super energizing to go through and work together. Bai for being the go-to data and bot guru that I can always reach out to and get some meaningful information on. And then just everyone across the board in this community for being all in together on building something really phenomenal and awesome. And I will pass it over to Anna Marie.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, it's been a little while since I've joined a call, so I'm not going to be able to give many specifics, but I am incredibly grateful that this is the kind of community that, after having been working on different focuses for so long, I can just think, yeah, I'm going to join a call again, and it's really nice to see old friends and hear about what's going on. I am blown away by Giveth and everything that's been happening with the Give economy. So huge amounts of praise to there. And I do find it very hard to separate out often the different communities like One Hive and the TEC and Giveth, because I feel like there's so much incredible overlap. And so I want to extend that Giveth praise to the TEC, because I'm sure that there's been a huge amount of support and involvement there. I also just want to praise the TEC community for being the kind of community that I constantly hear good things about. As I said, my focus is kind of on different things nowadays, but whenever I hear about the TEC, I get a sense of pride that for a time I was quite heavily involved, and now I'm more gently involved. But just, I think in this system, Web3 space, the reputation that the TEC has is absolutely incredible. And you should all be proud of that. And with that, I am going to pass to Nate.
Thank you, Anna Marie. First, I just want to say praise to Anna Marie for joining us on this call. Like, it's so great to hear your voice again. I hope to hear of it more. But I want to praise Tam first off. You're such an amazing leader. I learn so much from you all the time. The way you carry meetings is something I envy. I could never do what you do. I try to emulate it, but it's very difficult. So I just want to praise you for all that you do in terms of carrying yourself and leading this community. I want to praise Griff for the inspiration that you've given me in terms of just how hard you work. Like, I mean, Giveth is something that's amazing. I'm so happy for you and everybody who's worked on Giveth. It's truly I really love this blockchain for good space that is just really producing and moving the needle forward. I want to praise Acid Laser for all the design work that you do. Don't get to see almost all of it, but like when I do see it, it's just phenomenal work. I want to praise Bins for participating and getting more involved with the voting pamphlets and just generally the more involved in the community. I want to praise Edu for all the orientation work he does. Every time we have an orientation call, he's prepared. He talks with new people. He gets them committed. I want to praise Zepti for all the work that he does in the background, the recording of the calls, the participation in almost all the meetings that we have. Zepti is there. I want to praise Livy for all the work that she does in SoftGov and just for being a friend and somebody I can talk to. I want to praise Mount Manu for the work that he does. He quietly does a lot of work with both the Omega Working Group and comms. And I want to praise Mert, who has really just kind of carried the torch for the Omega Working Group and is doing amazing work. And then I want to praise Mitch for all the insight that he has and just how much time he puts into making the TEC really great. And with that, I will pass it to 08.
Hello. First, I want to praise Santa, namely Griff, and everyone who's working on Give It. Thanks for letting us be a part in that this new altruistic economic model that you're all building. I think it's amazing when I tell people about this. They don't even believe me. Like they still need to, I don't know, read more or dream more. I don't know which of those. But so, praise all of you. Praise Juanca and Chewy and Zeptimus and Acid Laser for and Mount Manu for all their work in comms. Praise Ivy for always helping us in comms. Praise Tam and Nate for all their work and praise everybody who's working on this common goal that we're all working. That was my praise. I don't know Uh, did you praise the organic movement? I'll pass it to you.
Excellent. Good morning, y'all. I am definitely new-ish to this space. I'm connected through Gravity. It's my first community call. So in that way, I want to praise the folks that continue to reach for me and collaborate. So it's been Juan and Chewy and Bianca are the ones that I've had the closest relationship to in this group. And I'm super stoked to continue to learn about the depth and the breadth of the work that the Token Engineering Commons is up to. So thank you for having me. Is anybody else not gone? I know I joined a little late.
Yeah, I think Ben still needs to go.
All right, pass it to Ben.
Yeah, thanks. Praise to everyone involved in the voter pamphlet, the parameter runoff. Nate, Tam, Wonka, Zepti, Laser, Lauren, Chewy, and Griff. We've had some good working sessions over the past couple days, so praise to you all. And also praise to Griff and the whole Give crew. I think a couple weekends ago, I kind of spammed Griff. I know how busy you are, and I didn't even know what was going on with Giveth at that time. So thank you for getting back to me. So yeah, praise Griff for that. And I think, is that all?
I'm missing.
Yeah, there's two more. Wonka, you can take.
Oh, Wonka.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to praise Septi for recording a lot of calls, and Ivy for also making these praises and helping in a lot of documentation. I would also like to praise Bianca because she wants to give her psychology background to the TEC, and I find it super interesting because we lack psychologists here in the space. I want to praise Morgan because they are someone with a lot of experience and in facilitation and in conflict management, and I think that their contribution is going to be super important for next year's Gravity, and also Lean for jumping to Gravity with her experience, and it's amazing how life turns around, that Lean participates in Gravity after one dinner that we had with a close friend of her in Paris. So it's great that having a dinner with someone can actually end up bringing people that think alike in a project. I would like to praise Tam because she's super organized, and she's someone who delivers and is really responsible and passionate about that. I would like to praise Livy because soft governance is super important in the space, and she's carrying that flag with the best pride. Bye bye V for helping a lot with so much programming and being very talented, and I know that he's going to continue making a huge impact in the space. Aloysius also for connecting so many communities and also bringing voices that are normally not so much heard in the space. So it's important that we are bringing everyone into the equation. Durgadas also for introducing a nonviolent communication to my life, and that's something that I would really like to continue practicing next year. To Vicente, my brother, he's not in this community, but he's like my go-to guy when I have questions, and he's so wise, and I really want him to be participating more in this community. Forrest for taking the flag of Gravity in Giveth, Ashley and Lauren also for helping Gravity in Giveth, and all the work that they do in Giveth. Also Mitch for the work that he does in Giveth and here in the TC. Manu, and I would also like to praise Chewy because he is taking this road with me of like making a service DAO, and this is really cool that we are going through that path together. And Sam, because he's going to visit Colombia in January, and I find him someone who is really cool. Yeah, and I finalized my list. I don't know who's missing.
Just Tam.
Oh damn!
I think
I'll
I'm
pass it
last.
to you.
So I want to say praise to Anne Marie because it's really nice to see you here again in the TEC. And 08 for the phrase "read more or dream more" for people who can't believe the TEC when you talk about it. Nate, Ben, Zep, Juanca, Griff, Lauren, Chui, and Acid Laser because you know that we knew the voter pamphlet would be a lot of work, and it is a lot of work. So taking this last week of the year to put it together. Nate, for always covering the stewards calls when I can't be there, and everything else you do. Everything you do is such high quality, just really, really impressive. Eduardo for his dedication and enthusiasm, for being such a warm welcomer and guide, and his amazing growth this year has been really extraordinary to watch. I really appreciate how he reaches out and does so many things with so many people now. Anna Marie and Chewy, because it's always cool to hear stories of people meeting in real life. I think we'll have a lot more of those in 2022. MS, Gideon, Jean, and Mount Manu for the advancing the onboarding experience and the role of guides in the TEC. MS also, again, just specifically for being able to work with Communitas and rewards and individual with different contributors and bringing so much to the TEC. Ivy for the conscientiousness and thoughtfulness that she always brings with anything that she touches and on anything that she does. Griff, Lauren, Marco, Willie, Mitch, Danny, Mateo, and I'm forgetting people, but the Giveth economy was extraordinary, amazingly conceived products, executed flawlessly, so really, really impressive, and I think it's made a lot of people's end of year. Chewy, it's cool to watch you lead team and the progress that the group is making under your stewardship. Really, really nice to see that. Wonka, because there's so much heart in every conversation and engagement. When I see you speaking with someone, I always see that you're sort of observing things that are unseen, emotions or feelings or things, and I think you bring a lot of that to this community, and it makes our community stronger. Livia, because even when she's not here, can't you just feel like she's in the room with us? Like our culture is so much a part of Livia that it almost feels like she's here still. Mert, because he's really, taking a lot of the coordination in his hands and joining the stewards community coordination, so that Omega is folded more into our processes in the TEC, and I think it's really, really cool for Omega and for us. Acid Laser, because you care so much about the TEC and you're always present and you're always available, and there's so much potential for really great things to come from the graphics that you've been producing. Joseph, who approached me about he's a student at Utrecht University and wants to do a case study of DAO governance for OSS projects. So just for reaching out and being interested in joining the TEC to find people to talk to. Mitch, man, I blinked and the laser seg multi-tag was done. So like just how fast and effective you are, I think that's really impressive and I really appreciate that. Zepti and Ivy for these recordings. Looking back, we have over a year of recordings of every single meeting we've had. I don't know that there's any other organization that has the same publicly available, and I think that never could have happened without Zeptimus and without Ivy and Zeptimus together on the transparency working group. Durgadas, he pops in and out of meetings, and it's lately reminded me of like being in a house with your family and walking in and out of rooms. So I just like the sense with like the ease where he feels like he can hop in and hop out of a meeting and contribute here and then go get a cup of coffee in the kitchen, or just he is always welcome, and it feels that way when he does that. And then T Wells for working with the TEC to try to share the word of some of our working groups. And I'll pass back to you, Griff.
Thank you, Tam, and thank you everyone for coming and spending your New Year's pre-New Year's Day, I guess, pre-New Year's with us at the TC. Super fun, and we've had a really easy week. Oh wait, actually, did someone else come in? No, I just had to share screen. Okay. That's who came in. So yeah, we've had a really easy week. So and I think most of the people here know the drill. I guess Morgan's new. So Morgan, we do Morganic. We do praise in the Discord all the time too. So like we don't just do praise on Thursdays, but anytime that you notice anyone who is doing good work, feel free to dish them some praise by typing !praise in the Discord praise channel, or anywhere in Discord really. We also like to take pictures at the beginning of this call, so turn on your camera. Also, it's going to be a fun call anyway, so you can turn on your camera and we're just going to take a little screenshot, say hi, and it'll be a good profile picture for the video. So you can smile, hey. Okay, that's probably good enough. And yeah, the only announcement we really have is, guess what? We're voting. This will be the first economy that's been designed by the community itself, and the vote will happen from January 7th to January 13th. We will have some debates, and it'll be very obvious when it's happening. But that's right now. We're just focused on getting the proposal ready, getting the data ready for everyone to be able to pull it off and understand what's happening. So if you want to learn more about the different proposals, you can check out the forum. And if you want to help us improve our voters pamphlet, we're always open to incorporating your feedback. But yeah, so now I was just going to pass it around and give people a second to kind of say goodbye to 2021 and hello to 2022. What was your favorite moment of 2021? It can be a TEC moment, but it could also, if you don't have a good TEC moment, you could just say crypto moment or any moment for you. It's not important that it's TEC. And then of course, predictions for 2022. Just in general, like what are you excited to see? What do you think will happen in the next year coming? So for instance, for me, my favorite TEC moment is definitely the hatch. The day that we did the hatch, I was lucky enough to be with Sam and Zep and Lorelei and just all sorts of people in the Giveth home. I couldn't believe how just the crew amassed, and it was so fun. We popped the champagne, everything worked, and it was just such a huge celebratory moment after so much intensity, from the praise debates and all this stuff, and then it just got released when we did the hatch. So that was probably my favorite moment of 2021. And as far as predictions for 2022, honestly, I think the TEC is going to kill it in 2022. Seeing the response of Giveth, and now being able to have this, like, Giveth barely doesn't have half the community that the TEC does, really, and it's like we've been around for a long time, but the TEC has all these products and all this structure. Like, one of my biggest predictions for 2022 is the success of our reward system. I think this reward system is going to be so huge. I think DAOs are going to eat it up. It's like, this is one of the biggest challenges, and how do we decentralize, what do we, at least for me, the goal is like, how do we reward good people for doing good work? And to do that effectively, we need to be able to track it, and we need to be able to account for it. And this reward system that brings in the qualitative and the quantitative, and just the whole process of it is going to be a huge step in the direction towards being able to really reward people for making the world a better place. So I'm just so stoked about it. I'm super bullish, and I think a lot of DAOs will pick it up. And with that, I'll pass it to Chewy.
Thank you, Griff. I don't know. Like, I don't know where to start, but I feel like my favorite moment was probably getting to ECC and just doors opening, like yeah, like I don't know, like so many time passed, and after that, like I was like outside the Gibbeth house in Barcelona. It was like, okay, I'm gonna knock on the door, and then Septi opens the door. In that moment, is like, Chuy, Septi, oh wow, man, and then that thing on repeat for the whole trip. That filled my heart with so many like emotions and like in the end is like what I love the most. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to uh, replicating that moment many times in 2022. And those of you that I haven't been able to meet in person yet, I'm really looking forward to hug all of you and yeah, I also learned a lot to hug in this community, even though we haven't seen each other physically that much. Um, and as far as predictions for 2022, I'm just very excited to become like functional and be able to amaze ourselves by just like building stuff and providing services to a constantly growing ecosystem, and do it with through our values and through our principles, because I really feel that they can change a lot of what's wrong like with the world in general. Like I'm like not even kidding, and sometimes I sound like very exaggerated, but I'm truly convinced that we're changing the world in so many ways here, and that makes me really happy. So let's start 2022 with this awareness and keep pushing for more, and yeah, giving people the gift of our culture. I feel is something that yeah, I'm really looking forward to. I'm sorry, I'm starting to get emotional. I'm sorry. I'll pass it to Juanca.
Thanks, Chuy. Yeah, I feel that 2021 has been one of the best years of my life in personal and professional growth. Like, um, I feel that conflict management is becoming something like important for the infrastructure of DAOs, but it's also because of the leverage from people like Griff, Levy, and Tam, and people who is really like experienced in the space and saw that added value that we could give and started like supporting it and reproducing it and making organizing it and grounding ideas and helping so much. So yeah, I am super thankful for this year, all the people that I have met and all the people that have contributed in more formal or informal ways. Yeah, it's been amazing. One moment that I can highlight from this year, because it was very passionate. It was the praise debate. Yeah, I think that was super interesting because like gold is tested with fire, and we are going to always have like different difficulties on our path, but what is important is for us to be able to um, um, overcome those difficulties and stay together. And I feel that even though that was hard, that was also beautiful and led us to where we are right now. And for 2022, man, I would really love to see some of you in person again. I want to go to some Ethereum conferences again to promote the TC and to promote Gravity and to talk about what we're doing. And I also really hope to welcome some of you to Colombia on the moment that DEFCON happens. I think it's going to be on the fourth quarter of 2022. But yeah, Colombia is a country that has been struggling a lot with history and with ourselves, but it's also a country that sees a lot of possibilities coming from all these kind of organizations and of economic systems and social systems. So yeah, I really look forward to continue carrying the flag of strengthening that community. Yeah, I don't want to make it any longer. I will pass it to Morgan.
Hey, this is so beautiful to listen. Let's see. Some things that I'm thankful for from 2021. 2021 kicked off with a really, really kind of like abrupt career dissolution from a community that I've been involved in internationally for 5 years. So I spent 2021 kind of like really deeply incubating on like, who do I want to be partnering with? What kind of projects do I want to be doing? And my background, for those of you that don't know me, I'm a complex trauma specialist, and I focus on the neuroscience of regenerative relationships and anti-oppressive practices, and how that manifests in community building. And so Aloysius is a dear friend of mine from the Pacific Northwest. I live on Puyallup land in Tacoma, Washington. And they were like, yo, gravity, show up. And I was like, cool. And I'd always been kind of curious about how the nuances of the relationship understandings that I have and how to create anti-oppressive relationships and then celebrate the wisdom of our survivorship, how it can manifest in tech spaces. And I've been told by like techie people, like, we need you. And so that invitation was really, really powerful. And I'm so stoked on what DAO culture has to offer, and figure out how to integrate with like the wisdom and the immense intelligence and ingenuity that I sense in this space. So I feel like I'm kind of like training up for 2022 to be able to practice moving at the speed of tech, because you all be fast. And so I'm looking forward to being able to be in active partnership with Growing Gravity, both here in the TEC and across different DAO spaces. And really grateful to be in an international community from the like comfort of my own home, which is really lovely. So also echoing, would love to be able to meet in person and know where all the hubs are for that kind of connection. So please reach out, message me. Would love to be in contact with you all. And I will pass it to Bianca.
Thank you, Morgan. I think my favorite moment about TC this year was the end of the gravity training. When I saw that I was like becoming part of it, it was really, really excited to me. I was telling my entire family, I was like, hey, I wanted this thing, and they didn't understand anything that was going on. I was like, just embrace me and like say congratulations. It was funny. Nobody knew what I was talking about, but I was really, really excited about it because I believe in this space. I believe in DAOs, and I believe in what we are doing in Gravity, and it's just so beautiful, and I want to be on it. And I think the psychology, it's just gonna add to it, and I'm really, really excited about it. And it's something that I always wanted to do, but I didn't know how to. And then when I met John from Opolis, I was telling him about everything that I was excited about and I wanted to do. And he was like, so my friend is coming here at the end of this week, and you guys can talk about a little bit. And then Griff and Lauren came and they introduced me to TEC, and we had like a very short talk, but it was very nice. And I was like, wow. And then John was telling me everything that like you guys do, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice, it's so beautiful. And then gravity training started,
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. And then it's just like it for me. The 2021 was very great opportunities that came on, and I'm really happy about it. And for 2022, I'm really excited of being here and working with everybody in all of it. And I know it's going to be very challenging 2022, but I'm super excited for it, and I'm looking forward to meet you all too. I don't know who is going to go to Denver. I'm really excited about going, and maybe we will see each other there. It's so cool. And yeah, I'll pass to Tim.
So there's so many great things of 2021, but I think I'm going to focus on just two. So the first is it's here. I'm here. You know, it was a year where I really felt like, oh, okay, I found my tribe. This is my people, and I'm with my people now. And before this, you know, I lived in, I guess I'd say I lived in a country where I didn't feel like I fit in with the culture. So it was difficult for me to find my tribe. So it was actually very important for me to finally find the people who were just really looking to achieve the same kinds of things, and the same kinds of things were really bold and really ambitious, and were really motivated and dedicated to seeing it happen. And I think that was really unbelievable luck on my part to have found the common stack in TEC, and to especially be working with every single person who's in this room now and who's in our community. And then I'd be remiss to say ETHCC wasn't one of my favorite things. You know, you work with people for so long, and then you see them in person, and you get to give them a hug, and you get to walk down the street with them, and go have dinner with them, and just every conversation is more special. I don't know, there's, you can't beat being in the real world together. So that was definitely one of my highlights. And then looking forward to 2022, of course, it's the Commons upgrade launch, which is right around the corner. So that's, of course, going to be amazing. And I think that's going to lead to something else. I think that's going to lead to the maturity and evolution of the TEC. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this baby grow, taking its first steps, learning the alphabet, teething. And it's a small community we have, a small economy, watching how the working groups evolve, watching how our economy evolves, actually. And then I'd say also, I think what comes out of that too is this last year in building the TEC together, we have so many learnings, so many learnings from transparency and gravity and soft gov. And for me personally, with Stewards and Communitas, it's really the learnings that we've accumulated through, particularly in this space, in remote teams and decentralized organizations, leadership and coordination, onboarding. I think these three are key things that so many DAOs are working or struggling with, and at the same time trying to figure out. And we figured out some key learnings, and I think that 2022 is going to be a lot about sharing those learnings with other communities. A rising tide lifts all boats, and learning from other communities, sharing with other communities. And I think that, maybe 2021 was DeFi and 2022 is DAO, the year of the DAO. I have a feeling that there's going to be an explosion of DAOs and DAO interest in 2022. And pass to Acid Laser.
Thank you, Tam. So I think my favorite TC was when a friend of mine and Chewing told me, "Hey, Acid, what do you know about blockchain and I was like, "What?" And I don't know anything, man. And then Chewy and the rest is history. And I don't know that. And maybe when I get to be a part of the Trusted Seed was very special for me. And predictions, I expect to know you in the next year, especially Chewy and the Mexico and I don't know. Hope to get my visa soon so I can travel. And that's it. And I'll pass it to Nate.
Thanks, Acid Laser. Yeah, so favorite memories of 2021. I've got a three-way tie, if that's possible. The first one is early February of this year. I got to write my first article for the Token Engineering Commons. It was just kind of like, I'd been wanting to meaningfully participate in DAOs for a couple years before that. And so I finally found my tribe, and that's, I carry that feeling that Tam illustrated, which is really awesome. It's a great feeling to have. And so that was kind of that moment where I was like, yeah, I found it. And then the second one is becoming a steward. I thought that was really awesome. Just to be an influence on a community such as this one is really a special privilege that I have, and I don't take it for granted. And the third one is definitely ECC. First time leaving the country, getting to see you all, getting to hang out with you, getting to hug Wonka, getting to drink a beer with Chewy. Like it was amazing. Just to get to talk to everyone and just meet everyone, and it was an experience that I'll never forget. And then predictions for 2022. I got three of them. The first one is 420 will pass as the Commons upgrade proposal. The second one is that the Consilience Library will become a foundational resource for token engineers in this space. I really think it's going to be a really impactful project. And then the third one is that you will all get to see my first child. So that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, I will pass it on to Benz.
Hey, oh gosh, favorite TEC moment of 2021. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to echo Tam and Nate. Just like kind of feeling reflexively contrarian a lot of times with just every, typical stance you kind of run across in day-to-day life. And just kind of finding this community was like, oh, there are these other alternatives and like other ways of, coordinating people. That was really cool. So yeah, just kind of, it's been a big learning experience over this past several months, this past year, and just continuing to, I guess, read and dream and kind of see those possibilities has been really exciting. So thank you for that, and just how open this whole community has been a huge, plus as well. You all are great. Predictions for 2022, obviously successful launch of the TEC token, and just hoping to get more involved and love to know all of you more personally, and maybe won't be at ETH Denver, but maybe we can meet up with someone close by. So thanks. Who can I pass to? Here, 8?
Yeah, there we go. Zero?
Awesome. Like 2021 was, it was a truly amazing and weird year for me. I like, I feel that as Juanca said, 2021 was the year in which I grew professionally and even humanly to levels that I thought I would never reach. So thanks for everybody here for being the amazing person that they are, because when you hang around with great people, the chances are that you'll always grow into into that. So so that's the evolution I'm most thankful for. Like the rest is also amazing. I can't say that it isn't, and I really hope that in 2022 we could try to make token engineering and public goods like really go mainstream. Like I would really love to see that, to see and to even to go to the universities that I know here and maybe talk with some professors there and try to bring my little contribution towards making this field grow into something more, if it's possible, at that time. So that was my my speech.
Nice. I think Anna Marie, do you still need to go?
Hey everyone. Super hard one moment, but yeah, I think Paris, of like actually meeting people. That was my first experience of having worked for a good few months online, and then having that moment of like just one person after the other appearing, and that was just, it's like hugging old friends, but you're meeting for the first time. It was incredibly lovely. But bigger than that, like, you know, I'm doing this work now, which is just like dream work. And when I was approached by the founder, I have no doubt that a huge part of that was because of my time here in the TEC and the kind of grounding that I'd learned about a DAO and communities and how they ran online and all the work you're doing here. So, like, that for me is just like been an incredible year. Yeah, I think like Tam says, I think it's going to be like the DAO space seems to be just on fire, and I think people are going to be looking for the TEC, for the grounding that you have, for like how to apply and create these micro economies. How do you do that in a grounded and stable way that's long-term focused and isn't just kind of flash in the pan, excitement? And yeah, I think the role there will be as the kind of stewards of the DAO scene, for sure. That's me.
Nice. And that's everyone. So we do have a few minutes left, and thank you, Anna Marie. That was beautiful. And actually everyone, that was so beautiful. I just love hanging out, you know. It's like so fun to do these calls where we're just hanging out, passing the mic and connecting, you know. I think it's very rare in the DAO space. So thanks for all coming and hanging out and just being friends. There was a request to talk about the give economy. So I with the last few minutes, maybe I could just give a quick rundown of like what everything that is happening with Giveth, and maybe if there's time, answer a couple questions. The first thing is, if you should really check give.giveth.io. Oh, that's the swag shop, but I did a bad link. But if you can check out give.giveth.io, there's this claim your give drop. So check your addresses and connect with MetaMask to see which addresses there. You may have been if you were part of the TEC, if you were part of the if you ever interacted with Giveth in any way, we airdrop to about 4,500 people. So maybe you got one. If you're kind of new, then probably you didn't. But if you're a member of the Trusted Seed, you definitely got one. So you should check that out. And if you have Give tokens, there's a bunch of stuff you can do with it. Giveth is just like the TEC, where it's a garden, but it doesn't have a bonding curve. It just instead of using, so we have our garden, which is going to be just like the TEC's garden. The TEC's conviction voting system. It just is missing a bonding curve. We have $33 million in our common pool worth of Give tokens. The Give token price is a flat $1 right now. So yeah, that's crazy and awesome. And we have there's also this dashboard that is a little bit more descriptive, because it says that we have like a huge market cap, but really there's only about 6 million or 7 million tokens in existence. Let's see here. Yeah, here it is. So there's about 6 million give tokens on XDAI and 1.5 million on mainnet. So we're in both spots, and so the market cap's only around 7 million, and we have insane farming opportunities, like really crazy APRs. And this is because we don't just, you're not getting all of the tokens liquid. We have this idea of the give stream. And maybe I'll go to this slide to show about the give stream. So the idea with the give stream is that anytime you do work for Giveth in any way, like we're going to use the reward system, and with source cred, we have the liquidity mining rewards. If you're voting in the gardens, if you just stake your tokens in the gardens and are ready to vote, then you're earning give tokens liquid, but also you're getting a stream for the next 5 years. And so it's really cool because the give stream, your flow rate will never go down, right? So you can just like increase your residual income that Giveth is giving you whenever you participate in anything that we're doing, which is a really novel framing of what you could also frame it as like a vesting, right? But we're trying to build this story of like more of it being given to you on a continuous rate. So it's really fun, and your flow rate will never go down. I mean, I just think that's super cool. Also, if you ended up getting a give token, a give drop, then we have this swag store, and everyone here can go on to this swag store and get some free Giveth swag, just kind of like how the Common Stack did it with the Trusted Seed. But we have mugs alongside the hats. How fun is that? And so we have all these cool shirts, and you just get it for free. It's just a gift to you if you were part of the give drop. And we're also going to be raffling off. We're going to be throwing out, G-Love tokens all the time. So if you hang out on our Discord, you want some swag, you'll probably end up with it eventually. And the real point of this whole economy, though, is built around this concept of givebacks. So givebacks is the decentralized, like Web3 approach, like counter offer to tax deductible donations. When you Giveth at its heart is just is the same as the Common Stack. Common Stack spun out of Giveth, and TEC is of course building with the Common Stack to do these commons. And Giveth's goal is to meet the nonprofit world where they are, and just take them through a journey to get them to the place where the TEC is, right? The token engineering commons, token engineers can dive straight into, let's have conviction voting, let's design our own bonding curve. But your average nonprofit who's working, to provide, food and clothing for orphans or something crazy like that, like they're not going to design their own bonding curve. So Giveth is a platform to take them from like no Web3 knowledge at all the way to, guess what? My work has value, and I can build an economy to reward me for the value I create. And we're starting with givebacks. We're starting with a system that people already understand. Their donors, if they had a 501c3 in the States, right? If their donors were in the US and paying taxes in the US, then they can donate and get a discount on their taxes. And that's a lot of bureaucracy to keep that system afloat. So what Giveth is doing is saying, that's cool and all, but what if you're in Venezuela and you're just a good dude doing good work, building water filters and passing it out to people? Like, why should you have to go get a 501c3 for your donors to be subsidized? So anyone in the world can donate to a verified project on Giveth and receive a subsidy for their donation, similar to the tax deduction process. But instead, the nonprofits don't have to be legal entities. They just have to have an active social media to show that they're doing good work. And the people don't have to be in the same jurisdiction as the nonprofits. And this is the give back system. So that's really the heart and soul of Giveth. And we're giving away 1 million tokens every 2 weeks to donors on our platform. But that means 100,000 liquid tokens and 900,000 being added to the stream. and that stream, that amount of liquid versus amount that goes into the stream will grow as time goes on. So like at the end of the year, it'll be 28 tokens, 280,000 tokens liquid in givebacks and 720,000 tokens adding into the stream. So it's like some interesting math there, but the concept is the same. If you are contributing, if you're doing good work, whether you're a donor or a volunteer, or we want you to be rewarded, and we want you to be part of the give economy. So that's the what happened on Christmas Eve with Giveth. And if you guys have any quick questions, we're already over time, but I can answer some. Anna Marie, did you have a question? Sorry, you unmuted.
Oh no, I put it accidentally unmute. Sorry.
Oh. I will say we're very excited to partner with Popcorn, and kind of some of Anna Marie's working for this project called Popcorn, or Pop, which is super cool, also along the same lines. And we're figuring out exactly where we overlap, and hopefully they also verify projects and do some of this. So hopefully we're going to try to like make sure that we're multiplying our efforts instead of like duplicating. Cool. Well, if there's no questions about Giveth, then I mean, I can just let you guys go. I don't mean to hold everyone here.
I just want to say thanks.
Thanks, everyone. And Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New
Thank you,
Year.
everyone. It was really cool.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
See you in 2022.
See you in 2022. Bye.
Yeah, bye.